What's going on, guys? We're going to take a little technical look at Palantir. So Palantir reported earnings a miss, and they sold the stock off. One thing to kind of keep in mind as we go through earnings and kind of wrap up on some of these stocks that have still yet to report. When you are in a bear market, any sort of miss on earnings, any sort of just beating expectations, pretty much flat. Anything that's not just like hitting it out of the park, look for it to get sold. And when these things get sold, that's your area of opportunity to kind of get short on some of these stocks. A stock like Palantir, where I see this price heading is still yet to be determined. If we kind of look at a big time frame here, this has been on a downtrend for over a year now. So if you're currently just kind of averaging down on your position, there comes a point in time where, you need to just sit back and look at the macro view and kind of just hold tight until we get down to some lower levels. Now, if you've never traded a bear market and you think that, you're one of these people that is saying that, now is the generational time of a lifetime or some nonsense like that, to get invested in stocks. And you have all of this anxiety and you start buying in now, just understand these stocks can still go down lower. I'm not saying that Palantir is going to zero or nothing like that. But if we just kind of look at where we gap down at, we did gap down to this linear regression channel here, which is our last level of support here on the daily time frame. We kind of have to actually zoom out to the weekly time frame and get a little bit of a better macro view here. You can see that from the weekly perspective, we're actually under its demand zone here. So if Palantir was to kind of confirm these earnings lows, it can just kind of be a slow trickle. And I'm not saying, down to zero, but a slow trickle, 7, 715, 680, 650, up to 7, up to 780, back down to 6, maybe to 5, back up from 5 to 7 to 8. Palantir, in order for it to really get going, needs to reclaim the 50-day moving average. That price is sitting all the way up at $19. But it's going to be baby steps at a time. You can look here from this last little bounce that we had off of this demand zone. Going back to February, we had a nice little bounce here, coming off lows of around 9.80 all the way up to $14.89. So this was a nice little trade here. But if you're talking about it more so from an investing standpoint and a buying opportunity, as soon as it was rejected on its weekly 20-day moving average, not only did it fall, but it's now down below on these earnings here. So, it's really going to need to get back over the $8 area. From $8, you do have room to 10.35. That's your level of opportunity. That's what you're looking to make a little bit of money on, whether you want to play a short-term trade on this using options. Or stocks, it just really depends. I'd rather play the options over 8 into 10 rather than buying shares, especially if you're already holding shares on this. But if you're looking for, when is the relief going to come on a stock like Palantir, it could be a long time. A lot of these small cap stocks are really deep under the water considering where they came from when everyone was, really hyping up these high growth stocks. So, to talk about getting back to some of these previous levels, I think it's going to be a long time. I think that we're really going to need to wait until the end of summer, at least until the fall time, before we think that these stocks have started to hit a bottom. I think that the indexes still have a lot more room to go. You can look across the board now. It's not just the small caps. I felt like last year was a lot of the small caps, and then this year, nothing is safe. Pretty much every industry and every market, every mega cap to large cap to mid cap is all getting crushed. Everything's getting crushed right now. You have the triple Qs on the Nasdaq down 412 points, so there's a lot more room to go. And when you have your mega caps coming down in the fashion that they're coming down, and if nobody's really interested in putting money into those mega caps, do you think that people are interested right now in putting money in Palantir down here at $7? um, you know whether you get Palantir at $7 or 16, I think that when we do come out of this and eventually the market turns around, is that really going to matter? Is $5-6 really going to matter if the stock is going to get back up to 23, 30, 35, 45, and then eventually someday at some point in time take out highs? Probably not. So just kind of hang tight and stay patient. If you're looking for something to trade, I would definitely stay away from, these kind of stocks. I would go look more towards your mega caps, more towards your indexes. You can get more more movement on a day-to-day basis to kind of make up that cash flow that you've been kind of bleeding out on stock like Palantir. But with that being said, definitely take a look at the rest of my catalog here on YouTube. Check out some of the videos. I've got close to 1,000 videos, all on technical analysis, all on different stocks, all on different strategies. With that being said, also join the Discord. That link is down in the description box below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.